Hey, what's up, nerds? My name is Bubba Stallcup, and you are watching and or listening to the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Join with me, as always, my BFF, friend, bestie, most besties in the whole wide world, on the internet and around.
Hold on, what?
Matthew Wambier, if you nasty.
Hello?
What do you think about that, huh?
On the internet and all around, in the places,
everywhere,
like a dark alley, not so dark alley, like
literally this world and the next and around and in between, because we have to go to space, Matt. We have to go to space in order for this podcast to reach other people.
You're not wrong. I guess I hadn't.
Our friendship is out of this world.
Like that should be like a birthday card or like a T-shirt or something like that. Like
yeah,
friendship bracelet. I don't know.
Friendship. So no Kate. Kate's not here. Kate is still on her walkabout, drive about, camp about.
She's okay. She sends me updates.
And she doesn't send me jack or squat. So
the updates she sends me are photos and videos from mines. So she's alive.
I think she definitely says, "Hey, you need to please do not share this with Bubba. Like whatever you do, don't share it with Bubba."
Yeah.
And to which I say, I accept your terms.
Well, I'm sorry I told you.
Yeah, it happens. Hey, we're trying something new today. All right, we're going to do a little bit of different stuff in the in-between breaks. If you are watching with us live on lovethynerd.com/Twitch each and every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we are actually going to be playing the in-between segments that we normally play for the podcast and on the radio station. We're going to play them live right here just to try something new.
Not the music.
No. We're not playing music. It ain't happening like that. So don't you dare. So let us know what you think about that. And if you don't like it, hey, you're going to hate the rest of this podcast for sure and for certain. Because that's just what's happening.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Because Stone Cold said so. Hey, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the last time. Well, I don't want to say the last time because that's not true. It's not even accurate in the slightest. But
I cannot wait to hear this.
Kate is going to be here next week.
Right. Yeah.
You are not going to be here next week.
Yeah, I'll be going to Philadelphia for the weekend to see a concert. Me Without You with Shane.
Okay. So a little Shane date.
Yep. I'm going to drive to Richmond. I'm going to leave at 4 a.m. Friday morning, and I'm going to drive there. We're going to hang out there for the day and the evening, and then Saturday we'll drive to Philly. We'll see them play that night. We'll stay in Philly, and then we'll see them playing the following night too, because it was a twofer. They were playing 2 nights in a row, and you paid 1 ticket.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm looking for. I'm gonna get a cheesesteak from the Reading Market because I haven't had one in almost 2 years.
Big time jealous about that.
I'll send you one. Do you want ketchup? You want cheese whiz?
You know I do. How dare you? Absolutely, I do.
Good. Yeah. So I'll be gone next week, but Kate will be here probably. Right?
Who knows at this point? If we're being real, she either will be or she won't be. I can tell you that for sure. Be.
And then the following week, I'm as long as our calendars all align, we'll all be here, and it'll be a glorious day.
Yes.
So.
Well, I think I'm going to be on a boat.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. Like it is a wonky time for podcasting. Like for us specifically, con season starting back up, and I really don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but we're doing the cruise for my mother-in-law to celebrate her life and put her at rest in the sea, and so like we're doing that. So I will be gone at some point in time.
Okay.
And then after that, it's like con season's like.
Well, if you're back on the 27th, then we'll all be good. But then the following week, you and I will be gone. So
100%.
What we're saying is just if we go live on a Friday, just expect one of the 3 of us to probably be here.
Yeah, do us a favor and just show up. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, next week is actually just going to be like we'll turn our cameras on and we'll go live, but we won't be on. You'll just have like room view, like Snoop Dogg did. Did on Twitch. Yeah. And then when you listen to the podcast, you'll hear creaking and maybe meowing and possibly woofing.
Woofing.
Not from my house though.
Woofing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, just bear with us because who even knows what it's going to look like when all is said and done. We're doing our best. We want you guys to enjoy this podcast. And if you have any ideas about things that we should or shouldn't do while this season is going on, who cares? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right. We want a bird cam for sure. Kate's bird cam.
I will say, if you're watching live, I just attempted to fix Matt's volume. Tell me how that went. Did it fix it for you?
I turned up my stuff a little bit. I turned my stuff up over here.
Yes, it shouldn't be an issue of you. Now it should be just, hey, things
Can
are
I turn
good.
myself down in my ears then? Man, I'm like,
no,
I'm blasting myself
I
out.
swear
Don't even touch it.
if you do,
yeah, I won't touch a
I
thing.
will.
And I won't touch a thing.
Much better. Okay, cool. Again, new audio setup for me, so we're learning some stuff. I have way more flexibility and control than I had before. And so, yeah. Oh, hey, Chad wants us to bring on guests. That's not a bad idea. It's a terrible idea, but it's not a bad idea. And so, no. Hey, we'll look into that. I think that might be a good thing. DJ J Shane, posture check and a stretch. That's kind of the same thing. I'll just go. Oh man, but hey, we got a pretty good show in store for you guys today. We're going to be talking about just our main segment here is going to be about Apex and Call of Duty and how a lot of people are two of your favorite games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Apex on ice, I think, is your favorite though.
With hockey sticks.
100%. But how people are leaving Call of Duty and moving to Apex. So stick around for that. We've got a couple of segments in between now and then. And then we're also going to turn around here in just a little bit and tell you what it is that we've been playing, reading, and or experiencing in nerd culture. That's what we like to do if this is your first time here with us. But we are Love Thy Nerd. So we exist to be the love of Jesus to nerds and nerd culture. And we do that by hosting stupid shows on the internet and going to conventions and playing board games and video games and hanging out online with all of you wonderful people and your friends. And if you don't have friends, go find friends so that you can share this podcast with. No, I need them to get different friends.
Oh, sorry, not in space though.
So that they can share this podcast with them. See, if it's just if they're just sharing it with me.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't following where you're going, but at the end, you brought it all together, and now I get it.
If they only shared it with us, it would be like my good friend Matt Warmbier always sharing with me on Instagram every time there's a giveaway for a board game.
I just feel like you're the only one who doesn't care that I tag you. So I'm like, well, I'll see if we win, because I figured you can just tag me right back, but you never do. No, and we never win.
You got to break the loop.
We never win.
Well, not with that attitude.
Well,
or ever, if we're being real, like we'd never win.
No, I won stuff. I think I've told you this before. I won.
How come you're not sharing the winnings?
I won a Penny Hardaway jersey in high school from a Sprite cap. That's an Orlando Magic Penny Hardaway jersey. I also won a Red Wings jersey from Surge, and I still own it.
What is the deal with you and jerseys?
I'm telling you,
sports memorabilia
during high school,
from Soda Pops.
Okay, this is a little peek behind the curtain of Matt here. Matt would take his lunch money and he would buy snacks throughout the day, including sodas. So then during lunch, he could go to the gym and just play hockey with the other people. So I didn't eat lunch during lunchtime. I just went and basically had a bonus gym class where I played hockey. So I would buy a lot of soda because that's what you did. Actually, we bought pop because we're in Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we bought pop. So
soda
I would buy a daily pop. And there was a time where I was like, I would purchase one. And this is back when, back before the internet, basically. You would twist and you'd see if you had one or not. You wouldn't have to go put a freaking code in online.
No, you'd be instant winner or not.
Yeah, so there was a week where I won a free beverage every day. Like I would use the one I had won the day before to get another free one at the gas station, and I would win another one, and I'd win another one. And by Friday, that's when I won the jersey, and I was like, man, you've got it was the luckiest week I've ever had in my entire life. I just couldn't lose, and I wasted everything that week, and now I can't win on Instagram. Can't win anywhere. Can't win any more jerseys.
Next time though, right?
Yep. I'll start tagging other people now. If they want me to, I'm gonna tag everybody.
Wasabi Jane says that you can tag her.
I'm gonna tag her in all the Lego giveaways because I know she cares about those. And there are so many good Lego sets coming out that I want them all, but I'm running out of space, and I'm gonna start giving away games because I'm already out of space in this new house for games. Sort of.
I don't think anybody's gonna fault you for that, Matt. Nobody is gonna fault you whatsoever.
To give away games?
No, like I'm going to be doing the same thing. Like I have to. It's.
How about you all? I'm going to write down an 8-digit code. You all go buy soda, twist the cap off, pop.
Gotta buy
and
pop.
You send me your 8-digit code. And if it's the one I've picked, you will win a game.
Hey, that's crazy enough to work. It's crazy enough to work.
Yep. It's like basically pick a number between 1 and 100.
7.
Okay. You won.
That'll work.
Like a minute ago.
Well.
So yeah, I'm gonna start giving some games away because Gen Con's coming up, and I need the space because I'm gonna end up buying more games. Everyone knows this. I don't know. I just need to decide what I want to do and what I want to get rid of. I've already pruned them down so many times.
You're gonna be fine, Matt. It's gonna be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Well, hey, with that being said, we're going to take a short break. And like I said, this is one of our brand new fancy schmancy breaks that we're going to be doing. So stick around. Enjoy this look at nerd history right here if you're on the podcast, on Twitch, or on LTN Radio at ltnonair.com. We'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
This week in Nerd History, a tall, cool glass of Martian water. Nerd History. That's essentially what the Mars Phoenix lander was sent to find when NASA launched it on August 4th, 2007. Phoenix was the 6th successful landing on Mars, but the first spacecraft to land on the Martian Arctic surface. Its mission was to dig for ice and assess if the Martian Arctic ever had conditions that could support life. In July of the next year, NASA announced that Phoenix confirmed the presence of water ice on Mars as predicted in 2002 by the Mars Odyssey orbiter. During the initial heating cycle of a new sample, TEGA's mass spectrometer detected water vapor when the sample temperature reached 0 degrees Celsius. Water ice simply means that it contains the same elements as the water we have on Earth, and is not another form of ice, such as dry ice, the solid form of carbon dioxide. Many wonder why the discovery of water ice even matters. Well, it's about finding the organic materials and the building blocks for life. With this type of information, we can learn more about the history of Mars and how it became a desert wasteland. Phoenix ended up exceeding its intended 90-day mission, studying the planet for a total of 5 months. In 2010, NASA lost contact with the lander completely, but the data it collected continued to be studied for many years after. I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more Nerd History.
Hey, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. Like I said, once again, my name is Bubba, and still here with old Matty Wambia here.
Old Penny Hardaway jersey wearing warm beer.
Mr. the Penny Hardaway, absolutely.
That's why I named Penny because I won that jersey. Not really.
Does Aaron know? Like, I feel like that's important to talk about. Surprise.
No, we're fine.
Okay, well, hey, if you guys were watching live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd or lovethynerd.com/twitch, then you got to see that nerd history right there in the middle of the segment. So hopefully you guys like that. I think it's really cool. We're going to continue to do that if it continues to work for us. If not, we'll try something new. But hey, we're trying to get better. We're trying to elevate, and we're trying to make this feel more like a show when you watch it live on lovethynerd.com/twitch each and every Friday at 3 p.m.
You just
Eastern
need some
time.
sponsors like Harry's deodorant.
So here's the deal. I'm trying to create that space, and I know you're trying to do a segue, but I don't want to give you that segue because I hate that picture that you sent me.
If you want to know what I'm talking about, head over to Discord, and if you're listening to the podcast, you're gonna have to scroll back a ways, but it's worth it. I promise.
Just get your scroll on.
Yep.
Well, hey, this is the part of the show where we like to talk about the things that we've been reading, watching, and experiencing, playing, whatever, inside of nerd culture. And so, Matt, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Finally, this past week, I feel like it's kind of I'm getting back in that old rut. I don't know what to play.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I know.
Here we go.
Now, I did start Kingdom Hearts 1.5, and
Yeah.
for those of you who watched on Twitch, you saw me do that. And I do really enjoy that game. And I feel like the beginning of the game is always a slog for me. Like, I'm just kind of bored. You're doing like fetch quests, like go find a mushroom, go find a fish. We need it for our trip. And then none of it matters. Like, none of it matters. So once I kind of powered through that in the first traverse town, like I'm feeling better about the game, and I'm going to keep going. I really would like to play through the first two and then get to number 3, which I haven't played any of. And you can get it for like $10 used, which is just crazy. That game just came out, right?
Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, I don't know. Did it?
No.
2 years ago?
It's a couple years old. Yeah.
Well, still,
but we waited to basically the wait, I think, is older than your kids.
No. Oh, wait.
From 2 to 3?
Games. Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
Well, see, it being $10 just kind of baffles me, because if I go back and I want to, like, hey, I really want to get Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. That came out like what?
Not going to happen.
15, 20 years ago?
Yeah,
exactly.
good.
That game costs more now than it did back then. So
that game's a house payment.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Oh, my friend Jason bought a car, and in the car he found a Mario Kart Double Dash disc in there. I know. That's a treasure right there. That's a treasure. Wow.
That's a massive return on your investment.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Things paying for itself. So I've kind of fallen into this habit of like playing a daily game of hockey. You all have your daily game of shoot 'em up game.
Shoot 'em up, right? Bang, bang. Yep.
Shooty.
Yeah.
But I did finally take your advice, Bubba, and I downloaded the NHL 94 Rewind, which is NHL 94, but like they put modern players into it. And let me tell you, like that music and the menu and like just all of it, like I was instantly back in my bedroom on my futon playing on a really gross, what do you call those curved screen TVs?
The CRT?
Probably, yeah. Just like the really
bubbled
bad one.
out?
Yeah. CRT. There we go. And it was just so good. Oh man. Now 94 I played a lot of. I played a whole lot of 94, but 96 was the one I really like poured all of my time into. But 94 like took me back to like what, 6th grade? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 6th or 7th grade.
94. Yeah, that's probably about 6th grade for you.
And I think that I'm going to stream it this coming week, at least a game or two, just to see like what people think and if the nostalgia carries over to everyone else. And then quickly, we talked a little bit about this yesterday or last week on Matt and Bubba in the Morning, but I've been playing Unmatched. We're loving it. So good. Deadpool's so funny.
Have you played since we recorded?
No, I did not play. But the Invisible Man is very tough to fight.
Well, because he cheats.
He basically cheats.
He's a cheat.
He's in and out of the map, and when you only have like you can hit him only. Like, what are you gonna do? Just wait, heal yourself, maybe. So if you haven't played a match, do it. I know we talk about it a lot, but I think it's worth it.
Oh, it's 100% worth it.
And then finally, I played a game of Wingspan last Monday, a couple Mondays ago, I guess. Taught a couple new people, and it went really well. You can just forget, like, you have all these games. I have all these games, and like I love them all, but you forget how much you love certain ones. You're like, man, I could play this more often. Why don't I? Because you have other games you're always trying to play. So Wingspan's good. You've played all of them, right? All the expansions
of Wingspan?
Yeah.
No, I've not played a single expansion.
Well, there are 2 expansions.
There was a European that came out, and then
the other one that's like the Australian type birds. What do you call that area of the world now? The
Good Day Mate.
Good Day Mate.
Yeah.
It's a certain, they call it something now, like it's too far away for me to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like they just like they both add a little bit more. The first one just adds a little bit, like more birds and more eggs and not even another player board, more eggs. And then the newer expansion
Right.
gives you a whole new other type of food that's a wild. Oceania, there we go.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, gives you a whole nother type of food that's a wild that at the end of the round, if you don't use it, you lose it. But it also comes with all these other birds that have different powers. It's great. It's super, like, I don't think it just adds even more to the game that was already great to begin with. So,
Which one do you like better though? Like, do you like all this? Because sometimes like there are expansions that are created. They complicate the game.
I don't think that either of them complicate it in a way that make it worse. And I agree. Yeah, there are those expansions, but both of these are just adding new birds, and these birds have different powers that,
okay.
Like one of the powers is, instead of like putting it down in one slot on your mat, you actually cover 2 slots on your mat. So you're kind of like moving down the line quicker.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. And just more ways to eat your own birds and eat other people's birds.
Eat them if you got them.
There are like a few more ways that you can disrupt other people's playmats.
Okay.
Like one bird will steal food, but that's a bird thing to do, man. You know, birds steal food. You know what? Seagulls are always trying to steal food. So it just makes sense.
Seagulls. That just makes me think of the Yoda song.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, like I think that neither of them like really detract from the game as a whole. They add on to it. And I know there are more expansions coming. I don't know if I could really pick which one I like more. So, yeah, we're always talking about eating birds here.
They're just in board game stuff, you know. It's
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I honestly, like, it's been a pretty slow week just because, like, I feel like I'm making this table behind me.
Talk to us about this table.
Yeah. So originally I was just I'm using my old desk legs, it's a metal frame. The thing is super heavy, so it's not going to move, which I thought was pretty important when you're playing games like Rhino Hero or Beasts of Balance, where like no one's going to bump the table and it's going to like wiggle it. So it has these metal steel legs. And my initial thought was like, I'm just going to build a really nice tabletop for it and leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
And as I started looking at it, like the table kind of was like, it wasn't as secure as I wanted it to be. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put some boards underneath it to make it a little bit more sturdy. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make this a gaming table? Like, so I went and I cut some boards.
You wised up.
I wised up. I cut some boards. I've now, I sanded them down to it with a all the way to a 1,000 grain sandpaper. Oof. So it is very, very smooth.
Mamacita.
And then I went and filled all the holes where the screws were with wood fill. Then I sanded those down. And we're now at the point where I need to decide what I want to do for the top of the table. Do I want to buy a custom playmat that fits perfectly? Or do I want to do what Bubba suggests and make my own? What do you say?
I think you make your own. Because I think it can be whatever you want it to be. Like, honestly, if you guys wanted, you and Aaron decided, hey, we want to put like the kids' handprints on the top or do whatever. Like, you can make it whatever you want to be.
Well, I just don't know what fabric you're using.
It's Fabrique, actually.
Fabrique. I know. And custom playmats are very expensive. And I was looking at these. Very expensive.
Especially the size you need to get. Well,
I was looking at Etsy. There are ones you can order and then cut it down to size. So it basically just fit perfectly in there. And those are $99-ish. And
that's a lot.
Like, that's a lot. Now I could go with a $50 version that it's not like the smooth neoprene. And I was telling you this a couple of days ago, Bubba. It's not the smooth neoprene. It's like a rubberized one. So when you're playing games that use tiles, when you put it down, like the tiles won't slide, and it'll keep there. My only concern was like, if I'm playing a card game, what's it going to do? And do I get that and then just like bring my own playmat if I'm playing a card game, put it down on top?
Yeah, maybe. BYOPM.
I have a lot right back here. So I don't know. Like, these are all like, I need to have it all done by the time LTN kind of happens in October.
Yeah, because what I don't want to do is have to get up there and do all of this.
Look, I freaking just sanded it like an hour ago. Give me a break. I'm working on it.
Don't you dare,
man.
Guess see what I have to deal with.
I know, it's ridiculous. So I'm just like, I need to finish this up soon. I need to get a rig for over the table for when we play tabletop games. You can see, and you can tell that Aaron and I have not done a tabletop co-optional since we moved to the new house.
Hey,
I don't have this set up yet.
You're doing your best. Okay,
I'm trying.
Come on.
I'm really trying.
Come on.
So, yeah, I think it's coming together though. I'm excited. Chairs, I think, will be like the last thing I get. I have these giant, like they're comfortable, but they're too big for the space. So,
what kind of chairs are you looking at getting?
I don't know.
Okay.
Jason found these on the side of the road and gave them to me.
Classic Jason.
Yeah, classic Jason. Am I right?
Throw him in the back of his chop top and drive on over. I'm surprised that they're not like shooting out flames. Like,
well, I'm gonna paint them on.
Okay, good
for sure.
Good.
Yeah. So I also don't want to have metal chairs like we did last year for like Gen Con and LTN Con, where we're sitting all day long on these metal chairs and like
we broke those chairs.
Destroyed us. Yeah,
we bought those chairs and broke those chairs almost in the same weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we bought those extra cushions. They did not help.
They were way better than the metal chair.
It was a low bar. Chair. It was a low bar.
Well, yeah, but it was at least was up.
Do you remember the cushion? The cushion wasn't big enough, or it was too big, so we had to like wedge it into the chair.
It squished cushion to the middle.
It was practically a seatbelt.
Yeah, it was fine. I would much rather have those cushions on there than not. So.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And that's about all I've been doing. Cleaning, house projects. I made a record player stand from an old toy box. My grandfather made me an old toy box when I was 2, and I've kept it all these years. And I refinished it and fixed it up, and now it's for my records and record player. So I'm excited. I've been thinking about like setting a camera up before like my Twitch streams on the record player and be spinning. We'll see. It's a lot. That's more work.
Matt, are you kidding me right now with these ideas that you have? Good grief.
I've been keeping them in because I'm like, these are things I want to do later. I just haven't been able to do them yet.
Professional streamer.
I know.
Professional.
I just need to finish. I need to fill this gap right here.
Yeah. Well, we already know
I have an idea. I have an idea for it. So,
well, speaking of that.
Yeah. What about you? You got some ideas?
I've really only, I have nothing but ideas.
Okay.
I've really only been playing like 2 things. I don't have a whole lot of time in the in-between because as much as I want my job to be, hey, you just sit around and play games all day. That's really cool. I would love that.
I would love that.
That's not how this cookie crumbles. Not even in the slightest. Yeah. So what I do is I am in meetings just about 24 hours a day, maybe 48 hours out of the day. And then I can play games sometimes a little bit in the evening, but I usually don't do that because I'm hanging out in streams or working more, or like I tried to mow the grass yesterday, Matt. I had an hour to mow the grass. That was not enough time. I had enough time to edge and to mow a third of my backyard.
Very proud of you.
So when I leave here, I have
go mow.
I think I have like another hour. I'm gonna mow for an hour, and then I have another meeting.
It's like you have a giant yard, like where you like section things up. Like this is my day for this area, but it's not huge.
Oh, 100%.
It's fine. It's a fine size.
It's as big as it needs to be. Yeah, but when I do have time to play, here's what I am playing.
Okay.
Right. We have an arcade 1-up Mortal Kombat 2 Midway Legacy cabinet.
Yeah.
If you guys don't have an arcade 1-up cabinet, they're not like super cheap. I think mine was like $400, but it comes with 10 games, and I have since replaced all the buttons and the joysticks. Like I arcaded it because it comes with pretty janky stuff, but still it's an arcade cabinet, right?
Custom buttons, like with
one of them. So the start buttons are the Mortal Kombat symbol, the logo.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And these buttons can light up. I don't have them lighting up because nobody should have light up buttons. It's
maybe the Mortal Kombat button only.
Don't you dare. Well, it puts a glare on the screen. Like, why would you have that on the bottom?
It's too bright. I didn't say use LED.
My kids love this thing, and like specifically my 9-year-old Caleb, he wants to learn all the moves and all the fatalities. So this cabinet has a lot of them. Yeah, okay. So he's been learning them. And this cabinet has Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. All 3 are the arcade versions of those games.
Okay.
Which are dope. They really are. But they're slightly different. So Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is my favorite Mortal Kombat of any of the Mortal Kombats. But I had it on Super Nintendo, and you had a lot of extra characters and stuff like that in there. Some of those characters are in this game, but you have to unlock them. And every time I turn the dang cabinet off, it resets everything.
It does not.
It does. And I am big mad about it.
There's no way to put memory in it?
No, that I can find. They were like, oh, hey, get a high score, do all this, put your name in, and then it'll save it. I was like, cool, did that.
Tip it
Took
over,
me like
man.
15 minutes to do that. It reset it.
I can't even believe that. You can't just leave it on forever.
I can't. Yeah, no, I can. I can leave it on 100%. So we've been playing that. And recently we got something from, I think it came from like Germany or something like that. But it's a thing that goes around the screen that has all of the characters and their moves and all that stuff. I'm slightly mad that it's the wrong size.
What?
So like,
is it a full size?
Some of it hangs, like it was a vinyl sticker that I had to put over the plexiglass for the screen. And it doesn't quite fit. I'll put a picture of it on Discord.
Maybe you're looking in the wrong spot. Maybe you turn your body a little bit.
Oh, it fits if I close my eyes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. That's easy.
But
I can't even believe it doesn't have memory. Oh, what an oversight.
Right?
That's an oversight.
That was an hour of my life on Google trying to figure that out. 100% it was. So, long story short, he's been playing that. We've been playing that. It's a tremendous amount of fun. I love that.
Who's his main?
He's really into Ermac right now, or as he likes to say, Airmac. And I'm like,
bud,
you're no son of mine. Say Airmac in this house. But he's one of the characters that I have to unlock. So when he's not doing that, he's usually playing Sub-Zero. And so really, really likes, being able to do, like get the secret characters and do all that stuff, like getting classic smoke, and just like all the goofy stuff. I like smoke, like the robot smoke. And so that's he's my jam. I really like his combo, his finisher, his fatalities are easy to pull off. You can get into a rhythm of just cheating. You can do like a jump kick, and then he does this little like forward low kick. Yep. Basically, forward low kick does this uppercut that goes through the floor, and then he has basically Scorpion's spear that comes out, so you can jump kick, get him through the floor.
What a freaking ripoff! I bet Caleb loves that.
He can't do it on me. I won't let him.
I bet he loves when you do it to him.
Oh yeah, 100%. He beats me more often than not because he plays way more than I do, and also he's a button masher. And so it's really hard to play against a button masher.
Oh, I know.
That's why people get mad, like when people who don't play games very often, they'll like camp or button mash or like do whatever, and they're like, "You're not playing the game right." And
no, I am.
Like, well,
I'm like, it's like the drunken master. Like you don't know. Like,
did I beat you or did I not beat you?
You got it.
Yeah. There actually is a drunken master in Mortal Kombat. His name is Boraicho. Boraicho. And like a lot of his fatalities is like he pukes on people. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so great.
It's real family friendly. Well, hey, you know what? That's just a little bit of what we have been experiencing in the nerd world. And I've also been watching Game of Thrones. I'm trying not to talk a lot about Game of Thrones because I'm watching so much of it lately. But it's getting really good. Dragons. That's all I got to say. But hey, that's what we've been watching. Let us know in the community on Discord, right here on Twitch, wherever you want to talk to us and talk at us. What have you been reading, watching, or experiencing in the nerd world lately? We're going to take another short break. Don't go anywhere because we got another short for you right here in the interim. So stick around and we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
Chwing.
This week in nerdy news, this is LTNN. J.K. Simmons is in talks to join the Batgirl film, reprising his role as Commissioner Gordon from the Justice League movie, according to The Hollywood Reporter. If he signs on, I'd expect him to play a slightly larger role in this movie, given he is Batgirl's father. It'll also be interesting to see if J. Jonah Jameson over there in Spider-Man land has anything to say about his own doppelganger in DC Comics Gotham. If we could get like a Daily Bugle headline just referencing it in the background, kind of on par with, Ryan Reynolds winking at Green Lantern during the Deadpool movies, that would be great. I'm all for it. Stargirl, which is moving to the CW from the now-defunct DC Universe, has released their extended trailer a couple weeks ahead of the August 10th premiere for Season 2, featuring the closest thing to a full-fledged Green Lantern yet, Jade, the original Green Lantern's daughter. She is seen wearing a ring and holding a lantern. It'll be interesting to see how close they stick to the Jade of the comics, as she, just like her father, did not acquire their ring or green power from Oa or the Guardians, like the rest of the Green Lantern Corps. Also, personally, I just really need to see some real Green Lanterns soon. I don't care if it's Diggle coming back this year to all the different shows. I don't care if it's the Green Lantern series on HBO Max. I don't care if it's a revival of Ryan Reynolds' movie series, but I need some more Green Lantern content pronto. And lastly, according to Variety, a new Pokemon project is in development at Netflix, led by Joe Henderson, the showrunner for Lucifer. It would be a live-action TV series, possibly in the style of the Detective Pikachu movie, but little details are known at this time. However, it's a safe bet to say that Ryan Reynolds will not be reprising his role as Pikachu. Did Ryan Reynolds get 3 mentions during this newscast? I gotta stop binge-watching that Deadpool and Korg react to the Free Guy trailer video. That was a good one, though. All right, just a couple more times. That was This Week in Nerdy News. I'm Radio Matt, and this is LTNN.
Hey, what's up, nerds, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. Once again, my name is Bubba, joined with Matt. We are a couple of the co-hosts and co-founders here at Love Thy Nerd. Thank you so much for spending just a little bit of time with us today. Hey, so last segment we talked about things that we have been playing or experiencing in nerd culture, and one of the things that I didn't talk about, but I have been playing, was Call of Duty. Psych! Haven't been playing Call of Duty because nobody's playing Call of Duty right now. And by nobody, I mean that's not true. It's not that nobody's playing. A lot of people have been playing Apex lately instead of Call of Duty. And I stopped playing Call of Duty a while ago because I'm bad at it.
Well, I never started because I'm bad at it. So,
but we had been playing pretty frequently, and by we I mean like. My brother JMPay over there on JMPay on Twitch, and so like we've been playing a little bit, and he likes to play that. He hates that game, but he likes to play it, and I understand that. I 100% understand that. You're not going to get better at anything if you don't play it. But what we've seen lately, and this is one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, is that there has been this like mass exodus from. Sorry, my dog just barked behind me. There's been this mass exodus from Call of Duty into Apex. And I think Apex just happens to be the most accessible pool to dump into, right? Not that it's a bad game at all. Indiana agrees. Not that it's a bad game, because it's not. But it's because of the void that Call of Duty is leaving. So, no. Matt, you never played Warzone. You've never even opened up a single game of Warzone.
No,
is that right?
Not once in my life. I have played a Call of Duty game, but it's been many moons. And I'm honestly terrible at them, so it doesn't appeal to me.
Hey.
I keep saying I'm going to just go try them because I was able to download a couple of the free ones back when, like, I don't know, 3 or... Well, give me some of the... You fill in the blank which one was probably free. I have that one.
Which Call of Duty was free?
Yeah.
Warzone.
No.
You mean like maybe. Like when they were giving away a game kind of a deal?
Yeah. Like I probably have Warzone. There's another one I have too. Black Ops or Special Ops or
Super Duper Ops.
Super Duper Ops.
You have Call of Duty Space Force.
Yeah, that's the one. So I never cared about it. Now,
Yeah.
Avon recently jumped into Apex and he's loving it. He had been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, so he went from that into Apex, and he's loving it to the point where he's like, he loves it until the server starts to lag and crash, and he's like, I hate this game so much. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Then he remembers he's playing an EA game.
Yeah. Well, he never had many issues.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Battlefront, but
Even doesn't understand.
Well, I'm trying
young.
not to I don't want to skew him and be like, oh, EA, because
It's your job to skew him. Are you kidding me?
Nope. No, I play an EA game. I play NHL. No problems there, but I'm not playing online, so there's your problem.
Well, not with that attitude.
Yeah. So, why do you think people are leaving Call of Duty though? Like, is the game not putting out new content?
Oh no,
Too much content.
No. I agree with you. No, it is not putting out enough content. It's one of those things that I don't pretend to be a Call of Duty expert, because it's important to know I'm not very good at this game. I have been playing for I can't even tell you how long, because I just didn't even attempt to calculate. I don't have a single victory in this game.
No, I don't believe you.
No. I'm serious. Not a single victory in Warzone. And so maybe that's why I liked Fortnite so much, was because I went in and almost immediately got 5 in a row. And so, like it's fun to win. Like, it just is fun to win. With Silver says new content coming next week.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, like,
we'll see.
It's not like they're not adding like tweaks to guns and stuff like that. And there's a new operative. We'll talk about that in a second. But like, as far as the map, there was a big major thing that went on not that long ago with Call of Duty, where they literally blew up the map. Like, it was really cool. This was super duper awesome. They had like zombies come in and they were raiding
people.
Serious, like different areas of the map based on like what week we were on, where we were at in the story. The zombies would be in a different area. And there was like this scratch across the name on the map when you were going, so you knew where they were going to be. It was really cool, but it was part of their Outbreak event. Once that finished, they were like, hey, how do you get rid of all these zombies that are all over the place? Oh, you nuke it, right? You just nuke the map. And so they did that.
And so they run a new map.
So here's the deal, right? Like, people were like, oh, okay, man, where are they going to send us now? What are we going to do? Where are we going? What they did was they brought back a previous, like, not a previous version of the map. It is a previous version, but we'd never seen it before. They brought back a version of the map from the 80s. And so it was the same map. We were at the same spot doing all the same stuff.
Okay.
It was just like an 80s, like, what would it look like, 30 years ago, almost 40 years ago.
I think that's kind of cool sounding, but
it was cool, but it's like people were geared up and ready for a new map. Like, take us somewhere else. Now, they instituted some, different, spaces on the map and things that weren't there, and things that are there now that weren't there before, like all sorts of stuff. But Silver, I miss playing Call of Duty with you as well. We need to get back on that.
No, never.
But yeah, get on my level, which is very low, by the way. But like, that was the deal. It's like, as far as content goes, like legitimate content, this is the same thing that plagued Player Unknown Battleground, PUBG. Yeah. So this is the same thing that plagued that game prior to Warzone. That's why people left PUBG to go to Warzone, is because that game had been out for 100 years, it felt like, in early access, never like became a real game, and nothing changed. It didn't feel like. So they add guns, they nerf guns, they move stuff around. There's packs that come out. They've got new operatives, people that you can play as, new finishing moves, and like the skins. Like, there are things that are being added to the game, but they're like tiny tweaks here and there. The big changes are coming in multiplayer. The big changes are coming in zombies. The big changes are coming in the other spaces that I'd have to go and look at the numbers, but I would guess less people are playing those things than are playing Warzone. So I don't know why you wouldn't bring the bulk of the content to Warzone. Maybe because it's a free-to-play game? I don't know, but like you're spending money in the store and it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Like it's free, so more people have it installed than people that purchase your game.
I have it. It's in my library.
You know, it's just one of those things where I think that the inability to create content is one of the biggest issues that they have. And I mean like content, right? Not skins, like content.
Do you think they've like used up all their knowledge and all their resources by coming
That can't
out?
be true.
Well, they've come out with what, a Call of Duty or two every year. So if they had just poured those into this free version, you would have a lot more. And at this point, like, if you bring anything back that was from a few years ago, oh, we've already seen this.
Yes.
This is new.
I'm on board with that. And reason being might be because of the Grand Theft Auto model. I mean, GTA 5 has been on, we calculated at one point,
Way too many.
4 consoles?
More than that.
I think at least 3 generations.
It's been on, 3 generations of consoles.
I think it was like, we remember it being on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and then we did PS4 and Xbox One, and now it's on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
It's on my fridge too.
100%. Yeah, if you're, it's in, I can play it in my Tesla.
I can play you with a Doom. I can play that and Doom.
And your toaster, your Doom toaster can also play. But what they've done is they've basically transitioned away from Grand Theft Auto 5 to just Grand Theft Auto Online, GTA Online.
Yep.
And they pour all of their effort into doing that. And that game consistently is number 1 or top 5 every month.
Wild.
Every month. And so, I look at that and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I hate it. But also, like, it shouldn't be something that I hate because it's what I've asked for from sports games and my favorite games and all sorts of stuff forever. Is like, hey, just make one game and then update it.
That would be wonderful for our sports games because
all you gotta do is update the rosters. Like, it's not.
Well, update rosters and then tweak a few things. Give me an extra button to press.
An extra button?
Give me an extra button combo to press.
Yeah, there's some just download a new controller.
Well, there's just things they need to change in NHL 22. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
We'll talk about that next week. Things that need to change in games. Oh well, Kate and I will talk specifically about NHL.
You had better not.
I think another thing that is stepping in the way is that, like, legitimately speaking, Call of Duty has no anti-cheat.
How do you cheat in it?
You can download programs onto your computer that are aimbot, or like that will help you see people through walls, or insta headshot and stuff like that. Like, there's
that sounds not fun for me.
It's not fun. So imagine, Matthew, you play this game basically for a living, 8 hours a day, 4 to 5 days a week. And you keep getting in lobbies with people who screen snipe you because they're watching your stream. And also hackers. I mean, multiple times a day, hackers. Would you want to spend your time in that space anymore?
Well, let me say that's already one of the reasons I don't like playing online games, because like I don't cheat, and I always feel like I feel like I'm doing something wrong in the game. Like, I'm just not, maybe I'm okay, but because I'm not like, putting it like, I've seen like TikToks where people like make a target on their screen. Yeah. Like, and then it's always right where they want it to be, like, 'cause that's where their gun goes. Yep. I'm like, that's genius.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
Is that cheating?
I'm honestly more okay with that than I am hacking and like using mods to be able to see through walls. Like, use a physical mod, okay? Mod your own screen.
Yeah. Literally having the same conversation in Discord, perfect. chime in, Caffeine. Let me hear a little bit about what you guys said, because this is what I think. I think that it's not that cheaters don't exist in other games, right?
They never prosper though.
Well, unless they do. Like, I mean, a win's a win, you know. But here's the deal: if there is no anti-cheat, and you are a multi-million-dollar company, you're not caring about the people that are playing your game.
That's true.
You're not doing any kind of permaban or anything like that. Like, you're not taking enough action to take care of the player base that you have. What you're basically saying is, hey, sorry, here's another skin that you can buy.
Yeah.
We're not giving you jack or squat. Here are all the things that you can buy. We just want to take more money from you without improving the things that are actually wrong. You load up Apex. Apex has built-in anti-cheat baked into the game. Okay,
nice.
So there are still people that can get around it, but it's not as accessible as it is in Call of Duty, where all you have to do is just run a program that you can get just on the internet. Like $20, boom, here you go. Enjoy. You're now headshots across. Like, you're shooting people as they're falling out of the sky.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yes.
I guess I'm not
Absolutely.
surprised, but I never even, like, you see these videos of people playing games and they're like, wow, this person's incredible. Like, how did they do that? And now I know.
Yeah, they cheat.
Freaking cheaters.
And so you look at it, and it's not that the gunplay is not good in Call of Duty, because I personally think that the gunplay is a lot better in Call of Duty than it is in Apex. Okay, I think that the BR mode is better in Call of Duty than it is in Apex. But if you can't get past the toxicity, if you can't get past those kinds of players and all that kind of stuff, and if Call of Duty just kind of breeds a certain environment, the easy thing to do is just remove yourself from the environment so that you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
And so what we're seeing is a lot of like high profile people. Again, this is like in our world, right? Like, you step outside of the nerd world and they're like, what's a Nick Merckx? I've never heard of a Tim the Tatman. But if you are in our world, these are high profile people. They're famous nerds that are doing live streams and all sorts of stuff. These guys, it's their job, right? Like, nobody wants to go to their job and just be mad all the time.
Speak for yourself.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm a present company excluded. So they're making the jump, at least right now, over to Apex. And there are other games out there like Splitgate, and Halo's about to come out with, Halo Infinite. There are no the rumors of a battle royale, a BR mode in that one as well. Fortnite's still on the table. PUBG actually still does exist. Like, there are other options out there. And with all of the hacking that's going on inside of Call of Duty, every season, every battle pass, whatever, they release a new series of operatives, whatever. Their latest operative that you can play as is a literal hacker. Like, clickety-clack, hacking the mainframe. If that's not the most tone-deaf thing that I've seen from a company in recent memory, I can't point out anything else.
This isn't even EA.
Right? But it is Activision, who, Activision Blizzard, are under a lot of They're a lot of scrutiny right now for how they treat their employees. So if they're treating the people that they are paying, it kind of makes sense when you look at the people that are paying them. Like, it's just right now it's a money grab. I really hope that things change over at EA. Not EA, I'm sorry, Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And here's why. It's super, my heart breaks for all those people. We've known people that have worked there, at Blizzard. And so, I want things to get better for them. I also really legitimately want to play Diablo 4. So.
Did you ask him?
Well, no,
get it
not
together?
Yet. Not yet. I mean,
get it together.
Mr. The Internet, please. So that's kind of what I think. People are leaving because there are too many hackers and there's not enough content. And really, they're not doing anything. I don't want to say they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything meaningful to change that, to step outside of the boundaries that they have created for themselves. So I say all that to say this. Matt, what would be, completely unprompted, what would be the one thing that would bring you into Call of Duty Warzone?
Gosh.
What would they need to do?
What would they need to do?
Yeah.
Well, personally, I guess if I'm actually going to enjoy playing, I think the cheating would have to go. The mods would have to go. They'd have to block that.
Okay.
I don't think it would be anything, honestly, that they would have to do. It would probably be like friends saying, hey, we're playing this. Come play this game with us, please.
What if they gave you a sports jersey, a Penny Hardaway jersey, to wear in the game?
Now we're talking. I'm in. Where do I sign up? With the no hacking mods, okay?
Fair enough.
Unless
yeah.
it's a basketball
You get one or the other. Do you want the jersey or do you want the no hacking?
I'll take the jersey.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Dude, I don't know. Like it. I will still play it. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, we're playing Call of Duty tonight," I'll hop on. If I have time and I can, I'll play Call of Duty. So they've already got me. I'm an easy mark. We know this about me. But the thing of it is it's not getting people like me. It's getting people who want to play on a regular basis to stay. Because I'm in and out, man. I'm like a leaf on the wind, bro. I just flow where it goes. And so I'm not a target audience, or at least I should not be.
Right.
There's another game out there that I do like to play, but not a lot of people play it. And if you play it, let me know, because I want to play it with you. It's called Scavengers. It's on Steam, and it's like a frozen wasteland apocalyptic BR. There's a lot that's wrong with it, but there's a lot that's really cool with it. There was another game called Extinction that I like to play. Like, there are nothing but games out there that your boy will install in his system and play.
And that's
The
why
hard
you're out
part-
of space.
I fixed it, though. I fixed it.
Okay.
Seriously though, that's legitimately speaking why I don't play those games, is because they don't have a player base. And so like I can try and drag somebody there, but I'm temporary in those games. Knockout City is another one. That's the dodgeball game. Like I thoroughly enjoy that game. There ain't nobody playing that game right now. Like that game has the legs to be an esports competitor.
Yeah.
In the space. I used to play Overwatch.
Yeah.
You know,
People
it's
still playing that?
I think. I can't say for sure because I don't play it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, like there's no shortage of games out there to play. Activision, Blizzard, if you're listening, because I know that you are.
They are, for sure.
We're the only podcast that has covered this topic, so please lean in. Just fix it.
Fix it.
Just fix it. Seriously, start with anti-cheat. I don't even know. Like you can buy anti-cheat. You don't even have to do it. A company will do it for you. I think Apex uses a company called Easy Cheat. Like, yeah, it doesn't seem difficult to me, but make it happen. Well, hey, let us know in the comment section here on Twitch or on Facebook or on our webpage over at lovethynerd.com/freeplay what you think. Do you think that it's fine and that Call of Duty is dope and there's nothing wrong with it and I should stop crying about it?
Yeah, stop whining, would you?
Well, I can't. I got to get my words out, okay? Or do you think that there are things that need to change? We want to hear from you. You can also hit us up on Twitter at FreePlayPodcast or at LoveThyNerd and let us know, what is your opinion on this? Who knows? I don't know. But you know. So share it with us. Hey, we're going to take another short break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are going to be closing out our show. But we got another short for you right here on the Free Play Podcast.
Hey everyone, I'm Hector Mirai, and this is Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So one of my friends is an independent comic book creator, and he is doing a Kickstarter for a new book. And so I saw it on Facebook, and I automatically backed his project because homies support homies. And then I was just thinking about his character, and I'm like, this would be a fun idea. So I made a comment. I was like, hey, I've got an idea for your character for a story. And we ended up talking back and forth, and I wrote him an outline for a short story, and he loved it. And he said, this actually fits really well with the project I'm working on. And so I drew up a storyboard, and my storyboard looked like hot buttered garbage. So he said, let's hire an artist and get this done on time. And if it works out, it'll go in the book. So I wrote a page and a half of text. It took me, in all honesty, maybe 10 minutes. I had a friend that is an artist that we hired him to do this project. He spent the better part of 3 weeks putting nearly daily work into doing this. It took a lot more than just me. And now it's in the owner's hands, and he's going to spend a lot more time doing lettering and getting it formatted and getting it up and printed and all these things. And this project is going to be a lot better with all of us together than it would be without it. And I think that's one of the faults the church currently has, is that we are in the mindset of it needs to be done by us and our way in order to be good. And I think in those times we end up building our own platforms instead of the kingdom. 1 Corinthians 3 verses 6 and 7 says, I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow. Verse 7 says, so neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. We get so caught up in doing things our own way, with our own branding, without actually trusting other people to get involved, that I think we miss out as the church of being who we're called to be. I know that if I would have tried to hold on to my little idea for this book, it would have looked terrible. But I had to trust other people to be involved. Maybe we should start trusting others more as the church, to be the church. Remember to catch Faith and Fandom 180 every Wednesday morning on the Back Row Morning Show, only on LTN Radio. And if you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Mirai, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.
Hey, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. I'm Bubba, joined with Matt. Kate is MIA.
Who knows?
But we know where she is, though. Like, right? We like
Colorado country.
Somewhere across God's flat earth. Am I right or am I right?
Get out.
Dude, I love that conspiracy theories and all that stuff. Like, I can't. We need to do an episode on conspiracy theories.
Okay.
And Matt, here's the deal. We were going to talk about something else, and I apologize.
That's fine.
You need to follow my brain for just 1 second. Can you give me a minute? Can you give me 1 minute?
1 minute.
I have an idea for a board game.
Okay.
All right, it's just you and me. All right, like nobody else is here.
Yeah.
Like nobody's going to steal the idea. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
I don't know how to implement it, but I need a lot of help. Okay. And this could be a Matt and Bubba in the board games right here. Okay.
Matt and Bubba and board games.
Matt and Bubba making board games. I like it. So
write that down, somebody.
Like I don't know exactly what I want it to be, but the idea is a board game around conspiracy theories. Okay. And so there are so many of them. I mean, so many of them.
It's whatever people that make them up daily.
There are a lot of the really easy ones. So you've got like all the politicians are lizard people.
They are to me.
Aliens that run the government. You've got some things going on with the current state of the world. I can't say a lot of things or else this video will probably get taken down.
Yep.
That in and of itself, a conspiracy theory.
Yep.
So like there's a lot of stuff out there. What if there was a game that focused on conspiracy theories where you, the player, had to decide what side of the conspiracy you fell on? And it was like I don't know if it's like a Clue kind of a deal or I would imagine this would be something akin to like Watergate, where like you're solving a puzzle. But my idea here, Kyle Matthews says Illuminati by Steve Jackson Games. Kyle, I've never played Illuminati. Maybe I need to play it.
Is that a real game though?
By Steve Jackson? I think it is.
I thought he was making a joke.
Well, like his logo is the Illuminati for Steve Jackson Games, for Munchkin and all that stuff. But I have this idea and I don't know how to implement it. And so like my thought would be, in the game, we create conspiracy theories.
Okay.
right.
Yeah, that probably would be better because if you
Like,
have like real
Don't do
ones,
real ones.
Yeah,
you
then
do
it
real
would be-
ones. People are going to show up on your doorstep. Your
Okay.
cat's
Whoever
going
makes
to go
the best
missing.
Conspiracy theory.
Okay, so it could be this could be like a family of games, right? Like I was thinking, as developers, we create the conspiracy theory, and like some fantasy thing, and then people have to. It's like an escape room game, or like Time Stories ish, or something like that.
It's like apples to apples.
It's exactly like apples to apples. You ever played like Candyland?
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Like Monopoly? Yeah, that one.
Monopoly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like this was like 2 months ago. This was a shower thought. And so
I'm glad you remembered.
Well, I didn't until I was talking about conspiracy theories.
Let me write it down. Mental block me.
It is a real game, Kyle. I understand that. Like I need to figure out if it is the game that's in my brain or not.
Oh, okay.
Know what I mean? So I don't know. Like we could get this game made at Game Crafter. Like who cares? It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Who needs to play test it? It's fine.
Okay. Speaking of playtesting, this is the real thing I want to talk about. Okay. Matt, I'm moving into a new space.
Yes.
In just a few shorts. Sometimes my he said, she said, and I don't know when I'm moving. Probably I keep saying next week. Just keep saying next week.
Okay.
But you know my schedule. Schedule's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's like every day you're getting something. Yeah.
So organization is my big question mark. I am an absolute slob when it comes to organization. I mean, I have my camera set up the way that I do, almost specifically so you can't see anything.
I want to see the desk.
I can take a picture of my desk. I'll put it in Discord. So, but I look behind you and I see your space, and I've actually been in your spaces that you've streamed in and all this stuff, and it's like clean all the time.
Not all the time.
No, 100% of the time it's clean.
It is fairly clean. I did spend part of today cleaning it more, but I have this thing where I can't work if my stuff's cluttered. If like my desk is cluttered or my like work area is cluttered, like I am going to take care of that before I take care of anything else. And you're like getting at it right there.
Well, I need to give you guys like the full meal
the
deal
full view.
here.
How big is your desk right now?
It's about this big, give or take. I would say
6 feet.
Not quite 6.
Okay.
Some in the neighborhood of 5, and then it's probably 3 feet deep.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot work in a space that's not clean.
I do it every day.
I can't. Can't do it. And I mean, things pile up every now and then. Like, and it drives me a little crazy. Like, I had receipts sitting here I had to submit for a long time. And I just, if I move these, I won't do them. So they have to stay here and drive me crazy. I want a clean space. I want my games to have a clean, fresh look back there. Like, organized by
fresh
size.
and so clean.
And my mom did it to me. She showed me how clean cleanliness is next to godliness, or whatever they say.
Or is it?
It's not true.
Or is it? Yeah, I mean, I want to. Like, I go through these spurts, and this is probably what my mom taught me. She was super clean all the time, right? And I wasn't. And I just posted my pictures in Discord. But
there's that leg.
It was, it was one of those things where, like, she goes through these spurts where she just has to, like, or she used to. She's not with us anymore. But she would go through these spurts where she would have to just change everything about the house or the living room or whatever and just rearrange everything.
Yeah.
And I have that same tendency. So I will get to a point where I just look around and I'm like, I can't find anything. I'm going to clean everything. I'll just clean the whole dang thing.
Yeah.
And in doing so, I rearrange things and, everything looks really nice and it's like really cool. And it's not a week later before it's
right
just
back.
It just looks like a landfill over here, man.
Do you have a trash can near you?
I do have a trash can. Maybe it's not big enough. I just emptied it today.
Yeah, it's probably not big enough. I don't know.
Head for scale,
it's pretty big. Well, I have the same tendency where I want to rearrange my rooms all the time. Like, let's switch things up. So,
I don't know. I need an adult. is what I need.
You need a maid.
Hey, I'm about to make a statement, and this is not. It doesn't have anything to do with what you just said. I was just also about to make a statement. My wife comes in and she starts cleaning stuff, and she is not my maid. That's not how it goes. She comes in and she starts cleaning stuff, and what happens is she puts things back where they go. And we just had this conversation the other day. I have a system, so like. I say, oh, I can't find something. If I can't find something, it's because it doesn't normally live on my desk, or somebody put something on my desk and I didn't know about it. But if you were like, hey, Bubba, where's that thing? I could be like, oh, yeah, no, it's right here. It's under this entire mountain of cables. Like I know, I have my own system. I know where things go. So she moved something. I also have the same system in our room next to my bed. And so she cleaned
the 13th water cup that's sitting.
Absolutely. She cleaned that area, and I was like, where is the thing that I'm looking for? I don't even remember what the thing was. And she was like, well, did you check over here? And I was like, no, because I never put it there. Why would any sane person do that? And she's like, you're a monster. This is where it lives. This is its home. And so, like, it was really satisfying in like a, haha, funny, haha, fighting with your spouse kind of a way. That one time I went looking for something. I was actually looking for this hat. And she was like, well, did you check? I was like, that was the first place I checked. And it ain't there. It was like underneath a toy car that we have for PJ. And I'm like, it's never been there. And our kids were like, oh, yeah, we saw it there yesterday.
We put it there. It's obviously the hat spot. Come on.
So, like, I have to guard stuff in order to keep it. Like, I tell my kids, don't take anything off my desk.
Well, and they'll be like, in the he shed.
Oh, well, Dad, you had this Lego thing. And I'm like, that's my fidget. Don't touch my fidget. If you touch my fidget, you're grounded for eternity.
Forever.
Yeah. So
I believe in you. Hey, we want some pre-photos of the he shed. And then we want some post photos, like maybe a week later.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got a good lock on that thing?
I want so bad for things to be just fine.
They will be just fine.
I also want to be able to, I want to be not crazy.
Okay.
And this may, I can take a certain amount of clutter, and then it just gets to a point where it's like, this is too much.
Are you at the point right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm staving it off because I know I'm moving everything over there.
Yep.
And so it's like trying not to add to the chaos. But I see like your space, and like honestly, I see Frost's space, like his previous space, and I'm like, it's hard not to just get mad, Like,
hey, wait, you can move here. Not to, you could move to this house, but I'm just moved to a house nearby here.
We did look at a couple on Zillow. And so,
well, they're better in person.
Well, we'll see. I did tell Anna, I was like, hey, I could just like go look. I'm going to be down there for September.
Yeah. I'll show you some houses.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll just look at yours if that's fair.
Perfect.
Well, hey, you know what? I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Free Play Podcast, episode 127. Hey, don't get used to Matt and I only. Matt's gone next week. I'm probably gone a week after that. And then who knows what it looks like several weeks after that. But we're going to be doing something for Free Play, so don't get your panties in a ruffle. That's a thing that happens. Not 126. We are episode 127 for sure.
Well, you put 126 at the bottom.
You know what? Listen.
It's 126 plus 1.
Yeah, here. You can't talk to me like that. And click done, and now it's updated.
That's better. Huh.
Yeah. Now it's your word versus mine. And who are you going to believe? Me or some person on the internet? Either way, hey, this is episode 127 of the Free Play Podcast. We are in season 5, squarely in season 5. So be sure to check back with us Fridays, hopefully regularly on Fridays, if not sometime during the week. You can check us out on your favorite podcasting application: Apple, Google, Spotify, radio.com, ltnonair.com, or on the Live 365 app. Just search for LTN Radio and it'll show up there. Wherever you want to find us, this stuff will be on YouTube, whole 9 yards. We just want you to come and hang out with us and spend some time, in person or otherwise, just building a relationship with us, because we want you to feel like you know us, and we also legitimately want to feel like we know you. That's how relationships work.
It's true.
Speaking of which, if you are not already a part of our Love Thy Nerd Facebook community, just go over there and do it. If you don't do Facebook, hey, hats off to you. I'm so proud of you. Go to Discord. That's really where Matt and I want you to be anyway. We feel like that's where a lot of the stuff happens. So do us a favor and head on over there. You can go to lovethynerd.com/Discord for more information on that. And you can also check us out online. Just lovethynerd.com. It has all of the good, cool stuff that we have, articles, podcasts, video shows, all sorts of stuff. Anything that we do, 99.999 repeated percent, you're going to find it right there on lovethynerd.com. Be sure to follow us on all of the social medias at Love Thy Nerd on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tickety Talk, all those things. And you can also find us at Free Play Podcast on Twitter and Instagram as well. Hey, with that, I think that's going to do it for us. I'm Bubba Stallcup.
I'm Matt Warmbier.
And for the late, great, still with us, but not with us, Kate Katawaki. Hey, we'll catch you next week on another episode. Her and I will, not Matt, of the Free Play Podcast. And if no one else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd.